Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about roots in this chapter, that is, chapter number 19, Abdul in the Garden. Children, as you know, roots of the plants are of different kinds, and plants absorb water from the soil with the help of roots. Some roots are also eaten in the form of vegetables. Some roots move deep in the soil in the search of water. Some roots of the plants hang from their branches. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about all these kinds of roots. Now, let's see what Abdul is doing in the garden. It was a holiday. Abdul was helping his Abu in the garden. Abu was clearing the dried leaves and grass from the vegetable beds. Abdul started to pull out the grass from one of the beds. He found that it was not easy to pull out even the small grass. His hands became red by the effort. Because Abdul was a small kid and hands of small kids are very soft, so it was not easy for the Abdul to pull the roots of the grass. Roots of the grass are very strong and they can only be dug out. The roots of the grass under the soil are much longer as those seen above. So, in trying to pull out the grass, Abdul knocked down a stick that was supporting the pea plant. Children, pea plant is a climber and it needs support to grow. The delicate stem of the pea plant broke. Abu said, "Why are you pulling the grass? The roots of the grass are strong. You will have to dig them out." Abdul carefully dug out the plant. He then saw the roots of the grass plant were longer and much more spread out than the part of the plant above the ground. He was very surprised to see this. After that, Abu remembered that he had to send some radish home. He started to pull the radish out of the soil. Abdul wondered whether these were also roots. Only a few radish were pulled when there was suddenly a strong wind and rain. Both of them picked up the radish and ran. They had just reached home when a branch of the neem tree in the courtyard broke and fell. In fact, Abu was lucky to have missed by only a few inches. Despite the strong wind, the tree remained firm on the ground. Abdul realized that he never watered the huge neem tree. Where did it get its water from? He thought. Which of the plants around you do not need watering, children? Think about it. So, all these questions were in Abdul's mind and he was in search of its answers. Children, for today this much only. Thank you. Good morning, children. Let's continue chapter 19, Abdul in the Garden. Abdul was worried that how the neem tree get its water from. Neem trees do not require much water. The rainwater they get from time to time is sufficient for them. And their roots also move deep in the soil in search of water. Lots of questions were in Abdul's mind. Nowadays, Abdul keeps thinking about all kinds of plants that he sees. Abdul saw a plant growing out of a wall in school. He wondered, how deep must the roots of this plant be going? How do the roots get water? How big will this plant grow? What will happen to the wall? Children, can you give the name of the plant in the picture? Tell me. Plants are very important for us. They give us so many things necessary for our survival. Abdul saw a huge tree that had fallen on the roadside. He remembered the neem tree in his courtyard. He could see some of its broken roots. Abdul thought, would someone have uprooted such a big tree, or would it have fallen in on its own? How old would this tree be? It is a picture of banyan tree. Have you seen it? What did you hold to swing? What looks like the hanging branches are actually the roots of the tree. These grow down from the branches until they reach the ground. These roots are like pillars that provide strong support to the tree. The banyan tree also has roots under the ground, just as other trees have. Children, do you know there is a law against cutting trees? If you want to cut a tree, then you have to take a written permission from the government office. According to Indian Forest Act, one has to take clearance from district forest officer before cutting down a tree or its branches. The penalty for cutting down a tree is Rs 10,000 or 3 months imprisonment. Now I am going to tell you about desert oak tree. It is found in Australia. It grows almost as tall as your classroom wall. It has very few leaves. How long the roots of this tree can be? Think about this and also guess how deep its roots go down. These roots go deep into the ground till they reach water. This water is stored in the tree trunk. Local people knew about this. When there was no water in the desert, the local people used to put a thin pipe into the trunk of the tree to drink this water. This chapter is completed, children. Thank you.